and welcome to the YouTube coverage of the National Pairs semi-final between Paul Smith and Fiona Wilson and Trevor and Lisa Gould. I'm joined today by expert commentator Teri Anderson, who is well qualified for the task of commentating, having won this very title in 2008.
I'm picking this will be a good semi-final, Alex, between Trevor and Lisa and Paul and Fiona. They're both very experienced teams. Trevor and Lisa have got national titles from the past, and Paul and Fiona have not got a national title yet, but a few placings, and they've been winning big stuff around the country, haven't they?
Yeah, that is correct. Both Paul and Fi are excellent draw bowlers. Paul played singles for the North Island team last year and won his medal, and Fiona's just come off the back of smashing Australia with the New Zealand team.
Yeah, Fiona's represented the North Island for many years, hasn't she? And
yeah, she's been in it for a long time. Just tossing who goes first. Lisa winning that little battle and setting Fi to chuck the jack up.
so Fiona's throwing a reasonable jack. I think you'd said you'd played on this mat earlier today.
Yeah, yes, I did, and it was very heavy. I found it was heavy, much heavier than the other mats we've played on, or I played on at that point. So the players, depending on what mats they've come off, may struggle a bit to find their weight, as the bowls don't seem to finish, although Fi doesn't seem phased. She just did a touch, which is pretty good.
It's a great start to a semi-final.
Lisa playing a forehand and just drawing around the back.
It's a brilliant position bowl, I think, for a first bowl, right in behind the jack.
It is, and Fiona will be looking to follow that.
Just sneaking around that bowl, but
Perfect line.
she can't be unhappy with that.
It's also a good position bowl at the back of the head. The jack always goes back, but very rarely do you find a case in which it will bounce back up the mat. Lisa just having her bowl hang wide a bit on her there. It looks like a straighter hand.
And you're right, it just doesn't have that finish which a lot of the mats have been.
Yeah,
Have they?
Fiona falling into the same trap. Two good position bowls for yellow. Lisa's looking probably to go for the jack this time.
Jack or bowl, really?
If she's narrow onto the bowl, the jack's probably moving, so that's more the shot she's going for. A little bit of weight. Edge with jack on the way past. Still good position.
Yeah, position either side, so Trevor will be happy, her skip. He likes to probably play a little bit over just to make sure he's reaching all the time. He's always giving his bowl a chance, so
He plays a more aggressive game than some people, and he's pretty good at it, having played for New Zealand as well, I believe.
but in saying that, he can also pull out some magnificent draw bowls, so well, he was a New Zealand rep.
Yeah, he also holds a Welsh Trophy Gold Star.
Not many people can say that.
One of an elite few, and uniquely not a Canterbury or a Waikato bowler. He won them with
And you can see
Otago.
how he's achieved so much just by looking at that first bowl.
Very good bowl there. Drawing it for two. Fi and Paul having a look at the head. Getting down to play on the forehand, I think.
Probably just looking for that front black onto the jack. I think he'll get a good result out of that. If it's wide, he might get a result too.
Good weight for it. Yeah, great
He's
bowl.
played it awesome.
Very good shot sitting for one black. Good aggressive shot for his
Second bowl.
second bowl, and for a first end of a game, the head is actually very tight. Often it takes the players a couple of ends to find the mat, but they all seem to have found it pretty much straight away.
Yeah, it was a very confident shot of Paul, and it's a good thing to be confident in the semi-final, especially
Trevor-
under all the pressure.
Trevor looking up onto that yellow, I think, with a bit of weight. Sliced it a little bit. Got nothing result really with that bowl. You won't be too pleased, but at the same time they're only one down on the head, so it's not too bad, and they do have last bowl for this end.
Paul will just be looking to draw around, I think, and if he's narrow, he might sit that short black in that you can see on the left there. just looks like he's pulling up a bit.
Just falling short on that dead heavy mat. The bowls don't seem to run on, and he just played a run shot, so he probably hasn't got much of a feel for his weight yet. Trevor and Lisa are looking over the head, deciding what to play. It's a magnificent facility to play bowls in at the Rotorua, whatever it is, next to the sports drome. Can hold 100 mats, which is pretty close to the biggest one. It's the biggest hall I've ever played nationals in, and it's allowed them to play the triples and fours section play in one session, which has been good.
And for the most part, the mats play pretty awesome, I think, especially considering it's such a big hall.
Yeah, often in big halls you find large sections of the floor have shifted and the mats are almost unplayable. I know in Taupo there was a section of the hall which, if you played on, you essentially just closed your eyes and hoped for the best. But that doesn't seem to be the case. I've only heard of one mat out of 100, which is a pretty good percentage. Trevor on the forehand again.
Probably looking for a similar shot, if not the black.
How's the
to
way?
rip the black out, but he's a bit unfortunate there.
Stiff result there actually.
Sort of got half and half,
yeah,
I think.
And his yellow bolt planted the other yellow, and they all kind of rolled out of the head. He may have dropped a 2 possibly. They're measuring for 2.
There's a trophy called the Bob Malcolm Memorial Trophy.
That's correct.
Which is awarded to the married couple going the furthest. Now, Trevor and Lisa are married, and they're the only married couple going still, so they've won that. So they definitely won't be going home empty-handed, no matter what happens.
Always go home with some silverware.
So that was 2 to
Yeah,
Paul and Fiona.
2 to Paul and Feast. They've drawn first blood of this match, scoring 2, which is a pretty solid start. If they can capitalise again on this end, they may get a bit of momentum going. Fee throwing the jacket a little bit short again, playing on the backhand, which is the straighter of the 2.
Just hanging for her, but she's got a position bowl. And again, it's the first end going that way, so they'll still be feeling it out. Lisa
taking a much tighter line there, but you notice the bowl doesn't finish as much, so she's still set for shot. Fee will be looking to follow a similar line to that.
Yeah, just hoping to better her last bowl. She's got a bit of green, I think.
The line was pretty much perfect. It's finished in line with the jack. She just didn't pull her weight back. But those bowls are still very handy in that position. 2 good back bowls. And Lisa will be looking to reach around the back with this one, or draw the jack.
And draw the jack, that's what she's done.
She seems to have done. So although that is the shot, position-wise, the heads are looking quite good for black at the moment because 2 yellows are in front, whereas black's got the 3 back bowls. So Fee can even look to be a bit aggressive here. She's just fallen a little bit short.
Yes, don't think she'll be quite happy with herself there, just because it was a shot where she could afford to play a little bit more positive, and she only just reached, really.
Yeah, that's good. Lisa looking for a little straightener. Agape the blacks. Oh, slipping past. So those blacks are still possibly, some of the best bowls on this head, as that's where the jack's going. It looks like it's going on to the centre black that we can see. So Paul will be looking just to move it, I imagine.
I think he's got the right track, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's just fallen short again. Again, it's this heavier mat than the players have been playing on. And it may well be uphill this way, I don't know, but it'll just take them a while to adjust. Trevor then will be looking to cover the 2 back blacks, as they're the danger bowls. Looking for a little straightener. Has he got it?
Yes, he does.
Great bowl.
Oh, yeah, he's
Great
just
bowl.
sitting in that hole, so he's in the perfect place, really.
Paul can't really afford to be that aggressive anymore. He could almost look for a draw close to the jack with this one.
Yeah, get another bowl on the head and minimise the damage.
Very good
Played
bowl.
it perfect.
Not sure, good to hear the crowd getting behind the team. It's always nice, as a player, Teri, when you're in the 2008 final, You had a big crowd watching.
Yeah, I think we were quite lucky actually because we were the underdogs, so definitely had some people cheering us on, and it was, it's really nice.
Trevor just came in and had a look at the head. Often players, especially in no tournament games, but it's also in tournament games, often players, if they're not sure, regularly inspect the head, and some people consult with the other members of the team to decide what they're going to do and get a consensus. A bit heavy there.
Just hung for him, but he's holding, so...
Very good result with that.
And Paul's only got one bowl left, and he has been falling short, so I think he'll make sure he's there this time. He'll be a little bit more determined.
Trevor will be happy with that result. He's going to make it. Well, he's drawn the shot, but it's still left Trevor plenty of room to get one closer, I think.
Say Paul will be thinking that's a temporary shot, won't he?
Yeah.
He's got good weight, I think.
Now it's Trevor.
Good line too.
He's going to run it out. Yeah, good bowl. So one yellow there. Trevor and Lisa pulling the lead back. So there's only one shot the difference after 2 ends of 9.
It was a good end actually. It was sort of, the shot was changing with each bowl in a way, so...
The heads are still being pretty tight. Lisa opting to take the swingy hand this time. Often players, once they've found a mat, will opt to play a hand and then force the opposition onto the tougher one. Usually that's more when there's a big swing on one hand and a straightener on the other, whereas this mat seems to be more of a half green on their backhand now. Lisa played a pearl of that one, and Fee's just trying to follow and reaching past.
Lisa will be looking to do the same again.
Very good effort.
Yep, she's got 2 shots there.
And now she's forced Fiona onto the straight hand. How's this? It's going to pull
Looking
up.
good from where I'm sitting.
Very good bowl. Just reaching past again. That hand seems to be hanging a bit, and they'll be aware that the mat's heavier, so she probably gave a little bit of an extra flick. And it just almost unluckily reached past. Head's looking good for yellow, so Fiona will probably have to be more aggressive with her third bowl just to move the head around a little bit. Yeah, Paul inspecting a bit closer.
Lisa wasn't far off of what Trevor had asked her. She just probably needed another couple of inches on her bowl really, and she would have had 3 pearlers. Wasn't a bad effort at all.
She won't be too pleased with those bowls. Everyone was close, not quite getting the result she was after. Trevor will be looking probably to try to sew the head up a little bit with this one.
Where do you think the best place is for his bowl, Alex? Right on the side or right in front?
I'd be looking to go in front myself, but he's just pushed it out and left it wide. The head's still relatively open. Paul looked like he's opting on the backhand, maybe square through that black, see if he can spring the jack out.
He's playing with confidence, which is good to see.
How's his line? Excellent result there. Oh, they're probably still 1 down. The head looks a little bit healthier, although he has left Trevor with a split shot, which is one of his fortes really, isn't it?
He's got a lot of fortes. But I think that's what he will be playing. It could go wrong though, do you think?
Yeah, it's a risky shot, but at this point of the game, if you nail that, you leave Paul with very little to play, and you could get a 2 or 3 out of it potentially at the end.
It is a risk and reward shot, and you just got to weigh up the pros and cons and make a decision.
He's opting to play it on his backhand,
which does suggest he's going for the split.
See how he goes.
I'd say he is.
Split. It's going to hold its line.
Ooh. He did see that as a risk. I could see him with his foot point at that black, but
bit of a stiff result there, really.
he had good weight anyway.
Yeah, good weight for it. The bowl just didn't hold his head at the end of the track. Paul and Fee do have, there's Trevor. Paul and Fee do have last bowl, so they'll be aware of that too. There's Trevor again.
See Trevor pacing back and forth a little bit.
It's always a nerve-wracking time.
He does have another bowl left, and that's a good thing about pairs. 3 bowls.
3 bowls, yeah. That's what differentiates it from triples. Triples, the players only have 2. So if the player is a little bit off, there's never that third bowl to adjust, and it's easy to drop or score big points. Whereas triples, he's just pushed it wide. Might have had a bit of a brain fade there, forgetting that hand was the straighter one. Which can happen. It's only the third end. It's only the second time they've played up this way. Trevor using a bit of the box there to get a swing, I think. Oh, not much of it.
He's very close here. Just using that outside yellow and...
Great shot, sort of down for 2. The head looks pretty devoid of blacks, actually. Perhaps Paul could be looking to play square onto the black. What do you think, Teri?
He is looking for that black, I think. I'm just a little bit worried that might come off that yellow and...
Go out of the head.
Yeah, go through that hole to the left.
He's decided to come have a look, which is always a good idea when in doubt.
Yes, very wise. I think he...
Considering a draw, perhaps.
It's not bad to go 2 down, is it? I mean, it'll only put them...
1 behind after 3 or
3?
4.
Yeah.
After 3.
So he's changed his shot, I think.
He's changed his mind, so we'll see what he does. It's a difficult angle, with particularly on the camera you can't really see how it's sitting. Looks like he's going for the draw. Is it going to get around it? Is it going to get around it?
Bloody good effort.
Very good effort.
That's probably a better way to put it.
This is a live commentary, so you'll have to excuse us if we get a bit excited. It was actually 1 black there, so it's 3-1 to Paul and Fee after 3 ends of 9, which is it's an okay start. It's still not a comfortable buffer. Paul as a skip won't be feeling comfortable with that. Fee overthrowing the jack there. Interesting to note, Trevor brought it up a little bit.
I think that's actually where he likes it, just from watching him play over the last few years or when I was in Wellington. I think he likes it there.
Gives him a bit of room to build ahead, and if he hits it, I guess it's more space at the back of the mat for the jack to go.
Yes, Fiona seems to like it there.
Good starter bowl by there. Lisa, probably overly aware of that hand being straight, taking a slightly too tight a line. Just giving Fiona a chance to nail one on the jack on the forehand. She's duly done by the looks of it, or is it going to sneak past?
Just sneaking past, but 2 good bowls.
2 good position bowls there. Lisa looking to land on the blacks, and if she's narrow, she'll be on the jack. How's the line? Pretty good.
Yes.
Pretty good.
And the weight's good too. She was making sure she was reaching, but she wasn't overly heavy either. It was a brilliant weight.
Yeah, almost a perfect shot there, really, because it's negated both those blacks for the moment.
And it's also set down nicely in behind the jack, so it won't be easy to remove.
It's almost locked in to the head. Or Fiona's played a pretty good reply. Is it going to swing? Very good bowl there. Didn't sit out, which is good. Although it has given Lisa something to rest on, which is what she'll be doing now.
Using that first yellow.
Good effort.
Just a touch more weight, but she wasn't far off.
Fee clean up the mat. Not sure what that was. Paul has a decision to make here. The head's sitting a little bit ugly for them. Like the blacks are locked out, you can't get the jack back there.
Looks like he's
playing on the forehand.
So he'll probably be looking to come under that yellow and maybe just squeeze the yellow or the jack, sorry.
The jack, yeah. Is it going to hold its line or is it going to hook? Millimetres off.
Looks like it swung more with weight actually, but maybe it was just his line that he took.
Well, if he plays the same shot again, that black he just played is in a very good position. So Trevor and Lisa have to decide which shot to cover, because if Paul plays the backhand, he could move the jack for 1 or 2, and if he plays the forehand run shot again, he's squeezing it out for 1. Trevor's just indicating covering that shot, I think. What would you play, Teri?
I don't know,
Good
I was
question,
looking.
isn't it?
There are so many options, aren't there? And I don't think there's really any right or wrong answers. But I'd probably just look at drawing to the side of that yellow, though I'm not sure if that yellow would pop out clean, so might not be the best idea.
Decisions. Trevor opting for the backhand.
Yep, so he's making sure he's
Covering
well
the
out
back.
there and he's playing it safe and covering. He doesn't want to go to the head, he must be happy with how it's sitting.
They must be sitting with 1 shot and leave the hard yards for Paul, and if all else fails, they have last bowl to clean the mess up with. Paul opting for the draw on the jack, I believe, on the straighter hand. How's his line?
I like his line.
Looks pretty good to me. Or was it going to duck at the very end?
It's a great shot.
Very good shot.
Who knows who's holding, but
Possibly 2 touches here, actually.
they're having a good look.
Trevor looks like it's indicating the plant on the yellow. Maybe even not a plant, maybe 2 or 3 rolls on the yellow.
Just catching that outside edge and it'll come through the black split, which will be a brilliant shot to watch. He's playing it. Ooh. Good weight, really good
Paul and
weight.
Fee got away with that, although how do you cover that? Do you put a block in?
Well,
What do you do?
that's another good question, Alex.
I know.
So they're just looking to see if they do actually have the shot or if they're both touching or what the story is, because no doubt that'll make their minds up whether they block
Come
or
to play,
whether they protect it or whether they
Go
make
for
sure
the
they're in
shot.
there.
Not sure what she's indicating to Paul there, but they seem to have come to a decision as to who's got the shot. We'll know when Paul gets down to play his bowl. I think he's indicating Trevor's options there. I think.
I'd say you're right, Alex. I think, does Fiona just like tightening that
Yeah, I
black
think
up
so.
onto the jack?
I'm not sure where the jack is sitting. It must be 2 touches, but I'm not sure if it's squeezing or pushing straight back. So they just tighten the head up. Maybe get another shot in there, make it more difficult for Trevor to clear them off.
They obviously back him to play that yellow, which he went for before, which is good. It's good to back your opposition.
I never underestimate him, especially at this. He's put a block in, is he?
Yes.
That might be okay.
I
Oh.
reckon just its belly of that bowl will be
Yeah.
enough, I think.
Oh, Trevor's going to go for the shot.
He can still get a result though under that black.
Yeah, he's moving under the line. He's tracking out. Oh, good block by Paul, but he actually just did edge that black. His collision bowl I saw edge the black, so that may have changed how it's sitting, and they could potentially have the shot from that. 1 yellow. So that little edge of the black that he got
Made all the difference.
made all the difference in the end. But that's bowls. You can't. No one can go through to a final and win it without having a little bit of luck on the way.
That's very true.
So that brings the score 3-2 to Paul and Fee after 4 ends of 9. It's a very tight final. Semi-final, sorry. I'm getting carried away here.
Lisa's on the backhand again. She's been playing well on that backhand,
She has been. And she's just done
as
another-
you can see
another
just
curler.
now.
Reaching behind, so Fee will be following that.
She's choosing to play the backhand as well. I think she's been playing the forehand a couple of times coming this way, But
Yeah, the bowls have been getting caught up.
so it's probably a good decision.
She's taken a line that's more suited to the other hand, although she has now blocked it, so the bowls, most of the set will probably be played on the swing.
Tracking well again. Trevor likes it.
Yeah, good bowling.
Good bowls by
lead bowling
Lisa.
by Lisa. Fee just looking to reach into those yellows there. Setting up well for yellow so far. They'll be looking, and Paul and Fee have gone a couple of ends without scoring now, so they'll be looking to get 1 or 2 on this end just to keep them.
Great correction by Fee.
Fantastic bowl by Fiona there. Now if Lisa can get around that black,
It'll be interesting on that straight hand.
I'd be using my box to get it to swing, but Lisa hasn't, and she seems to have got the swing anyway. That was quite good. I'm not sure how the head's sitting, to be honest.
I'd say it's still one black. Yeah, Lisa had a good bowl there. Just a touch more weight. It's just that sluggish mat, isn't it?
She picked a good line for it too.
Fiona's got a good line. She is just sneaking around, so...
Great shot there.
2 good bowls.
Black set up well now. She's put a cover at the back and must be holding shot. Possibly looking at ways to remove it, or maybe move the jack.
It doesn't take much to improve your head or change your head, does it?
No.
It's 1, maybe 2 good bowls.
It only takes 1 bowl to win. Well, sometimes. Trevor on the forehand, looking for the yellow square.
It gave Lisa's bowl a touch, but I'm not sure if he's done enough of that. Paul's looking, I think, just to tighten the head again onto that black, just drawing on there.
He is. That's a real tight head. I'm not sure who's holding. I think black's probably still got the shot. Trevor's standing in the way for us. That's lovely.
We can see the head though.
Another interesting thing about this Nationals, while I'm on the subject of cameras, which I'm not, good bowl. I'm not sure what he did there. He's tooted something. Another interesting thing about this Nationals is it's the first time in many years that the semi-finals of the pairs and singles have been played at the same time. Because in previous years we've had television crews and they can only do 1 semi at a time, so a coin was tossed. And you decided whether you went first or second. Would you be able to tell us about that process, Teri? What did they do when you were...
Yeah, they tossed a coin and we had to play the second semi-final, so we had a break, and obviously, yeah, if you're in a rhythm, it can be hard sort of coming in cold, but it is the same for both semi-finalists. But until you reach the final, I mean, we were lucky we got through our semis, and yeah, we were running hot, I guess, for the final, and the other semi-finalists who'd won came through cold, so, and as it happened, it worked to our advantage. So it is good for this year to have them both playing at the same time, and that way it's fair, isn't it?
Yeah. Paul and Fee coming to inspect the head. Again, I'm not sure who's holding the shot there. It's too tight and we can't really see the jack from this camera angle, but both teams having a good look at it first. Playing with weight. He doesn't like it at all.
Bit narrow. Looked like he had good weight though, did he?
Yeah, I think he did.
Didn't need much, I don't think. So
I think they were just looking for movement. If you excuse the background noise here, we're in an open commentary situation, so we've got people coming and going behind us. Yeah, I'm still not sure who's holding the shot. Looks like they're looking for a little bit of weight onto that black. That's what Lisa was indicating.
Does that mean the black will pop out, or is...
I have no idea, to be honest. We'll know in a second. We'll see what the result is. He's using a bit of weight on the swingy hand. How is it? Just looking to tap it. Lisa riding the bowl while he tapped it. I'm not sure what he did. See if we can get an indication. Watch the leads. Again, Paul and Fee really looking to score on this end. They've lost a little bit of momentum. They haven't scored for a couple of 3 ends now, maybe 2 ends. So they're looking just to get back into the driver's seat of this game.
They're having a very intense discussion on this, about this shot, aren't they?
Yes, they are. It's always good to take your time, especially in a no-talent situation. Often games go on for, well, not pairs games, but force games can go on for hours with discussion over there, which can be boring for the lead, but it's often more exciting for the 2, 3s and skips involved in the game. He's playing with weight onto that black. What's he done? I don't think he likes the result.
Lisa looked like she indicated that they've got a shot, maybe more.
We'll see in a second. The scoreboard has been changed.
I am enjoying the black and yellow bowls actually. I know that, were they introduced in 2007?
No, I think it was
2008.
No, actually it was 2007, you're right.
Yes, as you can see there's black and brown bowls to the left on some of those nets.
And they're very, very difficult to distinguish on the television. It was 1 point to yellow there, so they're all score after 5. It's been a very tight final.
Good opener by Lisa.
Yellow and black bowls were introduced a few years ago, and they've made it much easier for television. And I believe that they're introducing a couple more colours, in orange and blue. If you look at the boxes of the newer bowls, they actually have those on there, although we haven't seen them yet, but there's pictures of these blue and orange bowls. And that will make it very interesting to watch. They actually, I believe they changed the law. I believe they changed one of the rules in the rule book to allow the different colours. That used to be black with a contrasting colour, and now it's just contrasting colours, so you could play yellow and brown if you wish.
It's 2 good bowls by Lisa, and it was a good one by Fee too, so she'll be looking to sneak around Lisa's second bowl and draw jack, or slip in behind.
Is it going to hold its line? Just about. She's just been a little bit, not unlucky, but just a few centimetres off with her bowls so far this game. Has been getting close to the results she wanted, but not quite achieving them. Although 2 good bowls here, and a good reply by Lisa, just reaching to the corner of the box.
Very good position there. Trevor will be very happy with that.
Yeah, and that's what Paul's indicating, that Fee follow.
Yep, that's where the jack's going.
Both Paul and Fee also play Patterson reps for Tauranga, as I know Trevor plays for.
I think Trevor and Lisa play Patterson for Upper Hutt.
I think so. So they're all experienced on that high level of the game.
I'm not sure if Lisa has nominated for the North Island team this year, but if she has, a result like this will definitely work in her favour.
It will help her cause immensely. That's what the Nationals are often a spot in the team is given or lost on a Nationals result. So she'll be trying very hard to do well, as anyone would be.
She has represented the North Island before. I'm not sure what years or how many years, but
I think it was a while ago. I'm not sure either, to be honest.
In the last few years, or 5 years even, she's been representing the Northern Zone Academy. So
Paul will not be happy with that bowl at all. He was wide and heavy. I think he was looking to rest on the yellows, but he just went slipping past. Trevor looking to follow. He's got 3 very good yellow bowls there. Paul and Fiona really need to get close to this one.
even if they're just working that short black onto the jack, that sort of weight, even if he's slipping past, he'll be in a good position.
He's got 2 options, you know.
With a similar weight, so he's definitely...
Oh, it's narrow this one. That's not a very good result.
He does have one more bowl.
He also doesn't look very happy.
Will Trevor look at moving the jack, or do you think he'll just carry on doing what he's been doing?
No, it's his last bowl now, and if they can score, it's a real tight game so far. It's 3-all after 5, so he'll be looking to score big points here.
I don't think he'll be looking at doing the same shot as his first 2 bowls, because he could set them up with a target.
Exactly. He'll be looking to score big here, see if they can pull in front.
Looks like he is just trying to tighten up that head, change the angles a bit so it will be harder for Paul.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does when he gets down the other end. Just playing it on the back end.
He can't be far off.
Hold his line.
Great shot.
Very good bowl.
He'll be holding 5, is it?
4 or 5 there. I think it's only 4. I think black to the left of the head is 5th shot. But Paul just needs to give it a belt, I think.
Angles can be deceiving.
They can be. It'll be interesting to see. We may never know.
It'll be interesting to see how much this bowl holds if he is a little bit wider.
The weight, yeah. Good weight for it. Is it going to pull out? Unlucky there, getting a little rub off the black.
Just fraction, just millimetres.
Millimetres narrow.
A little bit wider, and he would have just hit that perfect.
He'll be upset with that result. It was a little bit unlucky, to be honest, on the straight hand. It just swung that tiny little bit. But he did possibly knock one out of the count. They're just measuring for 4 here. On Lisa and Trevor's side, this could be the break they're looking for in the game. They've only been scoring 1 so far, 1s and 2s. So to score a 3 or a 4, that's great, really. Gives you a bit of a buffer. So they scored 3, which means 6-3 after 6, I think.
Yeah, that's the one. 3 ends to play, and 3 the diff.
Lisa and Trevor will be looking to score in this end and see if they can extend their lead to 4 or 5 points, whereas Paul and Fee really do need to score this end and see if they can cut it down.
Lisa's been pretty consistent with her jack throws, I think, and she's sticking with that backhand again.
Stay on the back end, falling a bit short this time.
You can definitely tell it's a sluggish mat, can't you?
It is, and it can sometimes be frustrating on a sluggish mat when you're used to playing on fast ones, especially for draw shots, draw bowls.
Fiona had really good weight there, just a touch narrow on that straight hand.
And the narrow hand decided to swing this time. Lisa following.
Will her one hang or swing?
She's got a wider line, but it might hook at the end. Perhaps it's because the jack's longer than what we've seen. The bowls act a little bit differently. Often you find that if the length of the head is varied, so too does the line the bowls take.
Lisa's second bowl could potentially be a good guide for Fiona.
Don't think Fee's very happy with that one. Just falling a bit short there. Fiona, you may have noticed, has quite a unique style. She's a very, very good bowler, but she doesn't seem to have, what do you call it? She's got a flick.
She does have a flick.
It's a controlled flick.
Usually a flick is a bad thing.
Usually we don't like flicks. But,
we love her flicks.
It works fantastic for her. Most bowlers, Paul's a good example of a good delivery. He's got a smooth follow through, but if you watch Fiona here, she gets all the weight just from a little flick from the fingers, very little movement of the arm.
Doesn't have much of a backswing, you're right.
And it seems to work pretty well for her. She's been very successful. Just falling through that gap there. Again, it's a heavy match. She won't be pleased with those 3 bowls.
Could be in a handy position. Fiona's actually a current New Zealand representative, and even because the international mats are quite a different mat. It's longer, it's heavier, it's thicker. Even the bowls are a touch bigger actually.
Yeah,
so, and somehow Fiona still has the same
delivery,
same stance. A lot of bowlers have to change their stance or delivery to make sure they get that extra weight, but Fiona's just she's got a strong flick. A freak.
I've got a few freaks in this game.
Grant Lamy, the singles champion.
Yep, Grant Lamy's one of them. Paul...
Freak is a compliment.
It is a compliment. Yeah, just for those people wondering, freak is a compliment, it's not an insult. I say it in the nicest possible way. Trevor just looking to fit through that gap. This head's a bit loose actually. I think the long jack may have thrown off the bowlers a bit. They've been a little bit far away. Trevor riding this bowl out, illegally walking
up the head.
That's another interesting thing about our particular game, is while your bowler's in motion, you're not allowed to follow it up. And outdoor, often if people watch that, the bowlers chase. I think they're allowed their 3rd and 4th bowls, they can chase it up in a game of singles.
Yes, as long as they beat it to the head, I think.
Yeah, so they chase their bowls up the mat.
I'm not quick enough.
You're not quick enough, so you don't follow it.
Then again, my bowls are probably not worth watching in the outdoor.
Oh, I know that feeling. Whereas in indoor, you're not allowed to walk up the mat at all, although the umpire can only warn you. I often got told off. I tried to stop it, but you can only be warned, so it's
there's no penalty?
No, it's a toothless rule, really.
That was a good effort by Paul. He just wanted to sneak inside, I think, rather than run into the blacks.
The bowl hung a bit. He probably would have even been happy if he'd played the plant on that front yellow.
Yes. Yes, it was interesting that he sort of ended up a bit wide when the narrower option was always there.
Yeah. So black possibly has 2nd and 3rd maybe even fourth shot here. I think the yellow to the right is the shot.
Has been quite an open head, hasn't it?
Trevor, this ball going to swing or hold?
Did a bit of both.
Good bowl. Now I think Paul actually has an option here to play the yellows out. That's what he's looking at. You see him line up shot players often to get the angles. Step back from the head and have a look. That's the last bowl too, so they don't have to worry if they leave the head open, because Trevor doesn't have anything left, so they can go for a big shot here, and that would be good to get them back in the game. This is the third to last end, and they do really need to score. A couple of points would be really nice. Trevor pacing again.
Lisa as well, pacing in the background.
It's a very nerve-wracking time for the players. You know that, Teri, from your experiences in the pairs semis and finals. How was the pressure?
Oh, there's definitely a lot of pressure, and even if you feel like you've got the head sewn up, I mean, anything can happen. It's at the business end. Anything can happen. Obviously, the bowlers are capable because they're there. So, yeah, it's no wonder Trevor and Lisa can't stand still, really.
I think Paul and Fiona had a pretty in-depth discussion. I think they're looking at both sides of the head. I think they're looking at that solitary black on the outside. He'll have to use all his box if he wants to hit it square, I believe. And he should get a pretty good result out of that. I think the yellows may all clear off and they'll be left with 3 or 4.
Yes, because if he gets that black reasonably square, that yellow is coming off that outside one and tracking onto that shot yellow. So
he's using his box, getting it to hook a bit later. Not using all of it though, but he's using enough. Let's see how it goes. Good weight.
just needed to be a fraction wider, do you think?
I don't know what went wrong there actually, Teri.
Or maybe the angles just weren't lined up like the players thought.
It looked perfect all the way to me. That'll be gutting for Fee and Paul. So really this is the second to last end, so they need to score here. Trevor and Lisa are just running out with the game a little bit at the end of it. Their heads are still being quite tight. Lisa overthrowing that one. Again, Paul opting for the long end. They're 4 down now, second to last, so they need to score here to stay in the game. Although a 6 is not impossible.
Good bowl, landing in the square.
Very good bowl.
Paul's son Nash, was this his first nationals?
Yes, it was his first national. He's done very well so far.
It's quite a family sport, indoor bowls. Trevor Gould had some sons that's played bowls. Lisa has daughters and a son.
Often you see family teams play. The Lows are a shining example of that.
Yes.
A very successful family team.
And you, Alex, you play with your family's team?
That is correct.
Well, your family and
my family team, yeah. That's how I got into bowls. Dragged along by my mother when I was about 7 years old. Nothing better to do, so I stuck with it.
There's a great bowl by Lisa, sneaking inside of Fiona's and sitting there for shot.
Fiona playing on the straighter hand.
It looks like she's a bit too narrow, but good weight if she was looking for the jack. Trevor just indicating to Lisa, cover that black.
Yeah, see Lisa and Trevor on a defensive position. They can afford to cover shots.
They don't need to score bundles.
Exactly. Whereas Paul and Fee have to be aggressive, which is why Fee was a little bit overweight there, because they're looking to score 2s and 3s at this point in the game. It's the second to last end. So they can't afford to drop a point.
Yeah, they're definitely playing an attacking game.
This is a bit of line. Getting the yellow square. It's an okay result. She was looking for the jack, I think.
Again, just probably a stiff result in a way.
Yeah. The shots haven't quite been coming off for Fiona as lead. She's been in the mix, but never quite getting them to work right for her. And often people have games like that. Again, it's bowls. That's why we come back.
Will Paul be looking to just go on his forehand and under that yellow bowl just crunch the jack, follow through?
Give him a chance. I think that's all he's got. There's no position. Well, there's not much position to the left of the head as we sit, because that yellow kind of covers it. The jack would have to move a long distance, and that's often hard to get. I think he sliced this, but I know nothing. Yep, great bowl.
Great bowl.
I thought he was narrow, but he wasn't. I don't know how.
Maybe a touch narrow, but yeah, definitely not a bad result at all.
The weight held the bowl up, and it was a good result. The head's now sitting much healthier. Paul and Fiona, they do have last bowl, so they'll be looking to do something with that. Trevor indicating Lisa indicating that Trevor be a bit aggressive now. I think she indicated a plan playing through the yellow and following. I'm not sure what they're looking at doing. They can either put the foot on the throat or just cover and drop a one, and then have your last bowl last end type scenario, which is always a nice place to be.
I'm not sure if they're confident on who's holding, but I don't think that'll change what they decide to play.
I think the shot will still be the same. There's still 2 more black bowls to go after this, so I doubt the head will be sitting the same anyway.
Would you draw through that split, Alex? Just that reaching weight?
Yeah, foot over into the split you could get away with.
He might be just going around the outside.
Going back, yeah. He's decided to be less aggressive than we would be, Teri. Ooh, we won't be happy with that, just falling off the end. Probably aware that it was the heavier mat, pushed it a bit too much. That happens too. Players sometimes overcompensate. You get it into your head that a hand is straight, often you find yourself cutting your green. If you get it into your head that a mat is fast, you often fall short. And the same can be said for heavy mats. You just have to trust that you'll get the weight right.
Yeah, there's no damage done by Trevor's bowl, but
just looking at coming inside that yellow, I think that the back yellow is touching the black though, so it's almost locked in. He'd have to get it on an edge to sit it out. I'm not sure really what he's going to play. What would you do, Teri?
it is a tricky one. I think he does have to sort of just follow in his first bowl. Hopefully a little bit wider than that his first one, eh?
Yeah, a little bit more green, and he should at least land on that yellow and maybe give himself a plant for his next shot.
Played it
Very
pretty
close.
well. Oh, it's just that's how the game's been going for them though, just millimetres out, and that's what it comes down to. Indoor bowls is a precision game, especially when you're in the semi-finals of a national event.
Yeah, unlike its cousin outdoor bowls, it comes down to millimetres and not metres, which is why a lot of people play the sport. It's more like snooker or pool.
And a lot of the best outdoor bowlers actually started indoor, started with indoor.
Yep.
And so they know a lot, because it's on a smaller scale, you get to learn how to read shots and see angles. And
many New Zealand outdoor squad members started with indoor. Gary Lawson's probably
the best example.
Of that, winning 10 outdoor national titles, I believe.
Dale Rayner, who was Dale Lang when she made the Commonwealth team.
Yeah.
Lisa White's breaking in.
Yeah, Mandy and Angela Boyd both started playing indoor in Hawke's Bay, and they are both looking at the Commonwealth Games spot. I think they 7 people can go, and they're in the last 10 or something. They're very close to that.
And also there's Sandra Keith.
Yep, Blake Signal is an up and coming bowler.
The list goes on. It's endless.
There's an endless list. Outdoor still are good people. But,
I know that Fiona plays a bit of outdoor. She's still obviously taking indoor a bit more seriously, but she really enjoys it, and I can see her going to outdoor at some stage.
I've seen her play outdoor. She's a good bowler. She's a good bowler indoor and outdoor, and believe it or not, she still has a bit of a flick.
Oh, really?
Outdoor delivery, yeah.
How does she do it?
I'm not sure, and it seems to work pretty well. Now they're looking at if you hit that yellow, the jack might even move back up. That might,
You're right.
The yellow's not going clean through that gap, so if they hit the yellow, it should come off at an angle that may push the jack back up the mat. This may be a rare example of it coming back up the mat.
That back black will disappear, but that won't matter as long as that yellow goes as well. It's a bit narrow.
It's narrow.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, well, you did see it bounce forward.
That was most interesting.
Well, they got one out of it, so they can't be unhappy with that, considering he missed what he was going for.
Yeah, it was the first bit of luck they've had all game. They're now 3 down, playing the last end, and they don't have last bowl. So Trevor and Lisa, although they're probably feeling a little bit
ripped off in a way.
Ripped off.
It's still a comfortable lead.
It's a comfortable buffer when you have last bowl. because even if you don't have last ball, even if you kill it, that's still all square on your extra end.
Fiona really would have been looking to nail that jack and put the pressure on after that last head. She didn't do that, but she will have 2 more chances.
Lisa looking to reply. She looked like she pushed there a little bit.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Making sure she's there.
Finish well, giving opportunity for Trevor when he gets down the other end. Because again, they're defensive playing rather than offensive playing, which is what Paul and Fee have been forced to do at the tail end of this game. It was a really tight game for the first. That was a great bowl by Fee. Drawing the jab. She probably would have preferred for her bowl to run on a little bit more than it did, but it was in a good position.
Yeah, you're right. It was a tight game in those first, 4 ends? But Trevor and Lisa have just, they've been scoring, and it all adds up. So they've definitely been in control of the game, haven't they?
Yeah, I believe they have. Fiona looking to follow her second bowl and give Paul an opportunity.
Fiona, for the most part, has been, I guess, dropping her first bowl coming this way, but then she definitely redeems herself and makes up with it for the second and third.
She's been playing pretty solid bowls, and again I think all players have been a victim of the mat being heavier than what they've been used to, even though it's uncharacteristic shots.
She's got the weight.
They may otherwise have got. She has got the weight. It's a very good bowl. Or slipping past.
Yes. She's got a great result. It was well played.
Good position at the back. Paul looking for ways to get 3. He needs to really follow Fee's bowl down, I think. They're only holding 1 and they need 3 shots for an extra end. He's playing with weight.
Is he wide? Or is it turning? It does
end.
turn that hand, doesn't it?
No, that was a stiff result. Maybe that's karma for his bowl on the last end, perhaps.
Yeah, he would have liked to have set that yellow out and given them a chance.
Sitting square on the black is the shot he was going for. Trevor talking it out.
Just got to draw on his forehand, doesn't he? Well, reaching up.
Yep, that's what I'll be doing, but
what do we know? I guess, there's nothing wrong with drawing the jack on the backhand, is there?
That's why we're in the commentary and they're playing the bowls, isn't it?
Oh, playing the camera angles.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me. He's just falling a little bit short, but again, that's not bad at all. Actually, I think he might be putting a block in hindsight. I'm not sure, but it's not a bad result at all. Again, they're not, they don't need to be aggressive here. They can afford just to scatter the bowls around and just stop Fee and Paul from scoring 3, because they do have last bowl and they're only 1 down on the head. I think it might be 2, 1 down on the head. Paul looking to rest the black again. He's playing with weight this time. He doesn't like it. Does he like it? No, he doesn't.
He's standing up now. He likes it now, but
I'm not sure what they did. I think they're only sitting with 1 still.
Considering there's a rule to not follow your bowl up the mat, a lot of people do it, and you just saw Paul do that. He didn't get half up the mat or anything, but
I've never understood why the rules there. I think if any umpires are listening, you should take notes. I think it'd be perfectly acceptable if the law was you can follow up to the first third mark. I think that'd be fine, because it doesn't seem to make any difference.
I don't think it does affect the bowl. The bowl that's been played or the head.
Exactly. Anyway, Trevor playing the forehand now, probably looking off the black, I think. A bit of weight. It's going to hold its line. It's close. Oh, it's going to duck at the end.
We've talked about Fiona's interesting delivery, but we haven't talked about Trevor's, and
this is our last chance to do so.
Yes, I wouldn't call it a flick, but his arm doesn't follow through after the bowl. He sort of goes off to the side and across his body.
Yeah, the conventional delivery, which can be seen with Paul, he's relatively conventional. He's pretty good. Smooth grooved action following straight through the line that the bowl leaves the hand.
Yeah, it's a very fluent action, isn't it? Bowling action.
If you watch Trevor, the start of the delivery is fine, and then his arm goes waving. But it seems to work pretty well. It's especially noticeable on his run shots. His hand finishes to his side, and it seems to work pretty well for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? There's
doesn't matter
unconventional deliveries, but as long as the bowl's working for you.
If you look at most players, not many of them do have conventional deliveries.
What's conventional?
Good question. philosophy discussing how to get 3 out of his head. I can't see the angles here, but I'd say it'd be a pretty difficult shot. It'll be a Hail Mary shot. They'll probably just nominate a bowler to hit and hope that it clears some shots out.
It's got to be the front yellow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And would you play it on the backhand or the forehand?
One hand's been holding and one hand's been swinging, so it might crouch. No, it's not going to crouch. Thought we might get to see a Paul Smith crouch shot here. He's playing on the backhand.
Guess that means his bowl maybe run through.
Oh, he's playing with weight to hit something and he doesn't like it. That'll do. I think they're going to shake hands
now. Yeah.
That was an excellent semi-final watch. Thank you for joining me for commentary, Teri.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing a good final.
Yeah, congratulations, Trevor and Lisa, for that game, and good luck.